Let's cover how to do many equality conditions in a single column. So this is most common with string columns. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bikes data frame over here and into this events column. So let's say I want to filter for specific weather events. And let's say I only want to see the rain, snow, thunderstorms, and sleet rides. So one way to do this is with multiple or conditions. And this makes a very long condition. So we test here for rain, or that bikes events equals snow, or it equals thunderstorms, or it equals sleet. So keep in mind that every condition is wrapped in parentheses like that. The whole thing is wrapped in one large parentheses, but that's just for Python spacing, so we don't have to escape the end of the line. Okay, so this filter will be a combination of these four, and when we do this, this should filter out just for those specific events. Here we can see there's rain and thunderstorms, so it looks good so far. Now, if you have this situation where you want to test equality of a certain number of strings, then it's better to use this is-in method instead. So the way the is-in method works is that you just pass it in a list of all of the possible strings you are looking for. So in this case, we do bikes of events dot is in. So is it in one of these? So we just type them out: rain, snow, thunderstorms, and sleet, like that. And just so to show you, this should give us this type of filter. None of the first 10 have any of these events, but that's how you do this. It looks for any one of these four and returns true if the event is amongst one of those four. Now let's go ahead and just filter this out to see if we get the same thing, and looks like we do. So this is-in can work with any of the other columns, but it's typically done with strings because these are independent of one another. There are different ways, which I'll show in a future video, how to select like between two numbers. We did that above with two ands, but there is a between method for that. So this you don't typically see this on integer or float columns, although you certainly could. You could look for a very specific trip duration of, say, 100, 1,000, and 10,000 or whatever, or specific start capacities, but it's just more common with string columns. Okay, so you can actually use this with other columns. So let's say filt1 is this, and filt2 is, let's say, we want bikes to be in one of these events, but we also want the trip duration. Let's see if any of them are greater than 5,000. So is anyone able to go for a longer ride in bad weather? And then I'll just combine the two filters here like this. So you can do this. The and operation will occur right here, and then the final filter will be passed to the bikes data frame. So there are actually 4 rows here that meet this. Notice I didn't do dot head, so these are all 4 rows. Here are the events. So only a few of these rides were longer than 5,000 seconds in this sort of bad weather. So you can do any sort of other combinations with the is-in, because this just returns a single Boolean series. So you can do as many and, or, and not operations with Boolean series. That's the only requirement, and there's no stopping however many other types of filters you want to add to this chain.